Hi, I'm Rachel Foster and I live in Melbourne with my family, my two little boys who are 2 and 5, and my husband. I'm currently in the process of career changing, as many of you might be. I'm going from a marketing career to a career in teaching at primary schools. Um, I've given up my job as a marketer and to sort of transition across, I'm teaching marketing to adult learners in a TAFE environment. And I thought I'd do that as a little intro into the world of education. For this activity, I've decided to do my son's primary school. He's just started, which is a very handy experience for me as a budding educator to get to see the process firsthand, which is great. So I'll answer some of these questions that are on that we've been asked to answer. How do you become a member? Well, that depends who you are. If you're an adult and you're in the teaching profession, you become a member when you accept a job offer. You can live outside of the community that uses the school. If you are a student at the school, you become a member by living close by to the school, usually, and turning 5 in April the year that you start. So my child had to be 5 or turning 5 in April to enroll. If you're a parent, obviously you, or any other kind of adult, you need a child to be going to the school. And that child needs to be 5, I guess. That's how you become a member. How do the power relations circulate within the community? Well, I guess it's quite hierarchical. You'd probably say the principal is at the top. He might be met with the school council, and there are various people from the members of the community that are on the school council. So parents and I believe some teachers are on there too, and the principal. So to be a member as a parent, you need to be voted onto the council. And at our school, you do that by way of applying and then writing up a little, almost like a resume of why you should be voted in, and that gets sent out to all the parents, and then we vote. We have a week to vote. And then you get on the council, which is divided into various committees that the parents and teachers and the principal works on. So it's probably high up, and then the next level down, I'd say, are probably the teachers who help run the school. They've got some kind of authority. They need to be seen to have some sort of authority to ensure that all the students, follow the rules. I guess then there's the parents who have a say in how the school is run in one way, shape or form. They meet with the teachers to see how their kids are going. And then there's the students themselves, the ones who are being educated. They seem to be at the bottom. Interesting when I say it like that. Who is recognised within the community? Well, I guess the students are recognised as the number one priority. They're there to be educated and integrated into our society, and I believe that's why we have the schools there, so that we can do that in a systematic way and try to catch everybody. The way the students have been recognised throughout the history of education is changing. And I guess it's less about telling them and more about understanding them and how they learn and how we can provide the best opportunities for them to move forward in society. I don't know, I'm winging this. Sorry, guys. Um, who gets left out of the community and why? Okay. Well, I guess if you don't have children anymore and you're not associated in any way, shape, or form with parents, so maybe older generations might be left out a little bit. If you want to look at it from an inclusive learning perspective, I believe the system does try to get everybody. It's almost free to attend. From what I'm experiencing, we did pay some fees at the start of the year. They were in the hundreds, and then we got sent home some information about what it's going to cost going forward. They were opt-in events. The students don't have to partake in them. It was incursions and excursions and things like that. We didn't pay those fees upon enrolment, so I guess, and parents who can't pay the fees are encouraged to contact the school and find, an arrangement. So access is there for almost everybody. Whether the school can be utilised by almost everybody, I guess, is a different story. I don't know enough about the school, but I believe that it is set up for students with disabilities to be able to get around. There's a lift, and so if you are unable to move just walking around, then you can use the lift to get up and down to the different classrooms, and there's ramps everywhere. When we enrolled, we asked a series of questions, which I guess you could decline to answer. It's hard to say. I don't know all the policies. I didn't investigate it properly, but it's the idea of the school is for everyone who wants to be educated to go there. Generally, you're excluded if you're not within the vicinity of the school. They try to just take people locally because there's other local schools that people can go to. I'm going to leave it at that for that one. What circumstances are in place that may be either intentionally or unintentionally designed to keep people out? What are the effects of this? Well, I was thinking about this question, and I've noticed a lot of things are written in English. A lot of the communications are in English and not offered in any other kind of language. So if you're a migrant or a refugee who's come here and you want to send your child to the school and your language skills aren't up, English skills aren't up to scratch, it would be very difficult for you to navigate what's going on. Very, very difficult. The first time I've noticed any kind of offering of alternative language was just a set of instructions on a health form that was written by the government. It wasn't even written by the school. So I think that's a barrier, a huge barrier. Some parents, they've come and they've got like 3 or 4 kids or 5 kids even, and they are just trying to get by. They're not going to, I don't know how they're going to navigate all of that. How might the community be developed so that it is more open to diversity? You'd probably look at ways to get multilingual people in there so that they can maybe visit some of the homes that don't speak English as a first language and help them through the enrolment process and first, like what to do on the first day, all these kinds of things. Like there's all these little things. I felt like quite a grown-up person when I got my kid to his first day of school. I don't think it's an easy thing to do at all. So maybe that would help, coming from the perspective of Australia and how multicultural we are. Anyway, they're my answers. They're probably not the best, but you know what? I'm no expert. I'm just starting this out. So good luck to everybody. Looking forward to the next 12 weeks. See ya.